Wow. The 2022 Ryker 900. Look at this thing. Batman lives. But I have a question, like, what is this thing? Look at the lines. Cool. I mean, wow, nothing like it on the road. But what is it? What is it? Is it a motorcycle? Or is it a car? What is it? You know, I asked this question, is it a crocodile or an alligator, right? Is it a leopard or a panther? Fox or dog? A gerbil or a hamster? Is it a motorcycle? Or is it a car? Is it a car that wants to be a motorcycle? I don't know. What is this thing? Well, listen, folks, we're going to dive into this today. We're going to find out what this thing is. I think I figured it out. It's a marriage. It's the birth of a marriage between a car and a motorcycle. Let's jump on into it and figure out, what is this?
Hey, what's happening, folks? I'm Chip Mitchell, and I'm so excited to be back with you on this segment because, you know, we got to figure this thing out. What is the Ryker 900? Is it a motorcycle or is it not? Is it a car? Is it a motorcycle? I mean, that is the debate. You know, sometimes there's so much contention about this here bike that brings so much fun. Sometimes for some of us as Ryker riders, we gotta sit back and listen and sometimes debate, what is it? You know, that reminds me. Some years ago, I was at a conference, and it was a conference entitled Love and Respect. It was a CD series that I attended this conference, and it was this gentleman named Dr. Emerson, and he was a longtime therapist and Bible scholar, and he helped folks in marriage where there was tension. And he came up with, he coined this phrase about husbands and wives and spouses. He said, not wrong, but different. And what was he getting at? Well, you know, he was trying to deal with this idea that there was this tension that happens sometimes in a marriage where, you know, there's different perspectives, there's different opinions about the exact same subject. And he was trying to help all of his listeners to understand that no one's not wrong, but just different. And I started to think about this as I think about the Ryker. And I think about, is it a motorcycle or is it a car? It kind of helped me. And I remember him describing this tension in marriage, and he said, you got two equal individuals, but they both equally have differing opinions. Both of them have two different perspectives on the same subject. And I started thinking, is he right? And he made up some things that really helped me out. It's kind of like, you know, think about this for a second, the bathroom run. You know, say there's 4 couples and we're all out in a great restaurant, having a great time, celebrating someone's birthday or anniversary, or just celebrating life with our friends. And you know, you can sit there and then one lady could say, hey, let's go to the restroom. And all 4 ladies will get up and go to the bathroom at the same time. And then we're left, the men are left at the table, finishing up our large T-bone steaks, and we look at that and we think nothing of it, because we know that when they go to the bathroom, it's just a social gathering. They're in there, they're chit-chatting, they're upgrading or touching up their makeup. They're just having a real social party. It may be even a tea club party or something like that. But if we're all having dinner together, that same group of 4, and one of us gets up and I say, hey guys, let's go to the restroom. Let's just say that's different. Same moment, but two different perspectives. You know, I think about that. That just cracks me up. I think about the differences in relationships. You know, if my wife is, and this has happened, she sat down with some of her girlfriends and they're having tea and coffee and they're chit-chatting about everything. You know, you name it. They're going from the little newborn to someone passing away to someone getting married. They're having great conversation. And then sometimes they start talking about celebrities, male celebrities. And they can talk about Denzel Washington, The Rock, and all these different people. And they're talking about these male actors. And they're saying, wow, he is gorgeous. Did you see him? And this man, that man, woo, takes your breath away. And here I am just doing my daily duties as a guy in the house and listening to that discussion. Now imagine if the roles were reversed. And I'm hanging out with my buddies and we're sitting there hanging out watching little football or something like that, and maybe we start talking about celebrities and things, and we start talking about actresses, and we start saying, wow, she is let's just say, same situation, but different, totally different. That would cause some serious problems in certain relationships, if you get my drift, you know. Or what about the morning mirror? You know, that morning ritual. When you get up, you know, you brush your teeth, you get yourself together, and you're looking in the mirror. You know, for me, I'm looking in there and thinking, okay, how can I get the right angle so I can continue to look as buff as I was when I was 20? Very different for my spouse, right? Generally, when women get up and they're trying to figure out the right angle so that they have the right curves for a whole different reason. Same situation, different. Equal, but different. I love the whole idea of gifts. You know, if I come home and, you know, my wife has been there and on the kitchen table, there's a book, a gift, and it's a book and it's wrapped. And she says, oh, I just got something for you. And you go, well, wait, it's not my birthday. It's not our anniversary. Oh, it's just a gift, honey. And I go, oh, okay. And I sit there and I open up the gift and it's a book. And I look on the book, how to make your marriage much better. You know, as a husband, right? What do you say? Like, what do you do on that moment, right? You don't know what to say or what to do, right? But you got it there. Or let's say reverse that scenario. Same situation, but different. My wife comes home and I'm hanging out and I said, oh, babe, I got you a gift. She goes, oh, is it my birthday or something like that? No. I'm just thinking about you. Something that's been on your mind a lot. And I just thought I'd get you a little gift. And she's all excited and she gets her coffee together and her muffin before she opens it, because, you know, it's opening a gift for my wife is a really, it's a moment. It's a spectacular moment. And so she sits there and what does she do? She opens this package and she doesn't want to tear it apart because she likes the wrapping and the bow and everything. She opens it up and there it is. How to lose weight the best way. Are you kidding me? Same situation, right? That's not going to go over well. It's amazing. We could be in some of the same situations and guess what? It's different. It's different. And you know, you sit there and you go, wow. Or maybe that famed question, right? If I ask my wife, honey, am I getting fat? She'd go, oh, well, honey, you know, you're looking a little something here and there, but you know, you're looking all right. Now, reverse that scenario. If my wife asks me, honey, am I looking fat? You know, you can't answer that question. How do you answer that question? You must not answer that question. You know, there is no good answer, but I'm going to help you out. I'm going to give you the answer that all young marrieds need to know. When your wife asks you that question, say, babe, I don't know, but I tell you what, every day I'm with you, you looking better and better and better. There you go. That's free. That's free. For that one, you should subscribe. You should subscribe for just that one right there, because I gave you some tidbit of life that's going to save your life potentially. But I bring these funny things up to kind of go, you know, I feel like in the motorcycle community, there seems to be this tension about the Ryker, the three-wheel. Is it a motorcycle or is it a car? You know, true two-wheel enthusiasts will say, no, that's not a motorcycle. What are you doing? You know, even when I bought this, my daughter said, oh, Dad, you got a nice tricycle. I was like, that's a good one, daughter. That's a real good one. Is it a motorcycle or is it a car? And I think about Dr. Emerson, and I kind of go, you know what? He phrased a coin, and he said, not wrong, but different. I want to phrase a coin a statement saying the same, but different. Is it a motorcycle? Yeah, it's the same as a motorcycle, but different. And I'm going to give you a few ways why this is different. Number one, you know, and this first one is that they are the same. They both give you the open air. You know, it's something amazing to ride down the highway or an open road, and here you are on your bike and you're doing 40, 50, 60 miles an hour, and the open air, you see everything. It's better than a convertible. This is the same on a two-wheel and a three-wheel. This is the same. There is no difference in that. But the next several points I'm going to make, they are the same, but they are different. The second one is, let's just start where it begins, a license. You know, here in Pennsylvania, you have to have a license. You have to have a motorcycle license to drive a Ryker. Now, they're the same. You take generally the same tests, but different. You know, with a license for a three-wheel, you get what's called an M with a 9. A license for a two-wheel, guess what? You just get the M. A motorcycle license, but different. They're not car license, but different. They're the same that you have to get a motorcycle's license, but they are different. Now, if you get a motorcycle's license in Pennsylvania, guess what? You can drive a three-wheel. But if you get a three-wheel license, which is an M9, you can only drive a three-wheel. Can't drive a two-wheel. They're the same, but different. You know, my third point, on a two-wheel, guess what? You lean to turn. But on a three-wheel, you turn to lean. I love that one. I love that one. On a two-wheel, you lean to turn. But on the Ryker, you turn to lean. Very different. That's one of the biggest difference between a two-wheel and a three-wheel. You know, you're going down the road on a two-wheel, you know, when you're swerving and swerving, it's all about the lean. It's all about the lean. Guys that ride two wheels, they love windy roads because of that leaning capability. You're leaning to turn. On a Ryker, that's not, you can lean all you want. That bike ain't turning. It's only going where you steer it. But on the three-wheel, when you turn it, you want to lean into the curve. Why? Because the momentum wants to throw you off the bike. So you get down, you get low, get up in the edge of that turn, and it just feels awesome. Same, but different. You're both leaning, but for totally different reasons. That's pretty cool for me. You get to lean, but not the same as a two-wheel. Very different. You know, I love this next one. You know, in the Ryker, we slide for fun. You know, we're looking for gravel. We're always looking for gravel. On a two-wheel, you're always looking for gravel. But guess what? I'm looking for gravel on the Ryker for a different reason that the two-wheel is looking for gravel. Gravel, for me, is fun. Why? You whip that tail out, man. That baby slides around. It's awesome. You go into a curve, it's like, what? And you can slide, and that baby's going. You love gravel. On a two-wheel, you slide, you die. On a three-wheel, we slide for fun. But a two-wheel, slide and die. Very different. Both riders are looking for gravel the same. They're looking for it, but different. And I love the gravel for the Ryker. I mean, you can just fishtail, and that thing is really cool. Even going in a curve and you hit it. Yeah, I remember one time hitting some ice, and boy, that thing slid out. It was awesome. And you hit on that accelerator, and it just takes off. But on a two-wheel, you slide and die. It's very challenging. You got to be very, very careful. Both are looking for gravel, but looking for it for two different reasons. You know, I love traffic. Traffic, when we get into traffic, there's two different mindsets you get. If you're on a two-wheel, you're a lawbreaker. And if you're on this one, you're a peacemaker. You're either a lawbreaker or a peacemaker. On a two-wheel in traffic, what are you doing? We're lane splitting, baby. Or sometimes it's called white lining it, right? And boy, when that traffic is all jammed up for miles, you on that two-wheel, you're like, let's get on that white line, baby. And you're going down there and you're anticipating, oh my goodness, right? Because if somebody comes over or a door opens, you're in trouble. So you have stress, but you're a lawbreaker. Only in California can you do lane splitting, or in France, but we're far from France. But when you're on a three-wheel and you're in traffic, it's a peacemaker. You know, I've been in traffic a number of times on this, and I just sit and look around. I got my music pumping in my headphones or in my helmet, and it's awesome. I put on the favorite tunes. I'm checking on my emails. I'm checking on my text messages. My feet are up off the ground. I don't have to worry about a thing. I'm just having a blast in traffic, jamming to my music, catching up on some YouTube videos or something like that. I mean, it's awesome. And I tell you, when you're in traffic, the Ryker is a peacemaker. If you're on a two-wheel, you're probably a lawbreaker. You know, both like to show off. You know, they show off in all kinds of ways. But on a two-wheel, the way you show off, what do? Pop that clutch, bam! Hit that wheelie. 12 o'clock, boys, right? Yeah, you're going down the highway or the road, and you're doing a wheelie and so forth. That's how you show off on a two-wheel. How do you show off on a three-wheel? Burn rubber, baby, burn. Burn that rubber, baby, burn that rubber. You do burnouts, man. I tell you, you hit that front brake, or the brake that you only got one brake, and you put this baby in sport mode, and then you crank on that throttle, and that back wheel is going to put up some smoke for days. Let me just tell you, people are going to have some cardiovascular and lung issues because the amount of smoke that comes up out of that tire is absolutely insane and incredible. I'm not doing burnouts. Why? I like my tires. I'm not buying new tires just to show off. But if you want to show off on a two-wheel, pop that wheelie, baby. Do your thing. You want to show on the Ryker? Hit that brake, pop that throttle, and boy, will it smoke. And you will be a showstopper. Now, let me tell you about the last one that they're the same. Why? They both give you a whole lot of freedom on the road. They give you a lot of freedom on the road. What is, is it a motorcycle? Is it a car? What is it? You know what? It really doesn't matter to me. Because this thing right here is a lot of fun. And I have the time of my life riding the Ryker. Is it a motorcycle? Is it a car? Don't really care. This thing right here, boy, it's a whole lot of fun. Chip Mitchell, back at you. Hope all is well. Like and subscribe. I got a whole lot of other ideas I want to bring to you. If you got any questions or comments, put them in the comment section. I'll get back at you. Enjoy the ride.